I once said that Tri Audio likes their big boxes, and well, I was proven wrong. We are gonna have here a review of the Tri Audio Star River. This is a dual dynamic IM, one 10mm beryllium coated, one I think 6mm, 6mm titanium. And let's get into this. This is an IM that retails for around $60, but you can get it for $50 with a coupon on Amazon or something, or just other places probably just sell for $50. Let's open this up. It's a very, very small box for Tri Audio here. And still card here. It says Star River. That's useless. Get these boxes out of the way. Have the case. Actually, good case. I like this case, and it is pocketable actually. So good case for the Tri-Star River. It's decent quality. I mean, I feel like the zipper could break eventually, but I mean, it's a cheap IM. I got the cable here. Got a microfiber cloth, which is nice to have, I guess. Got some tips. Got a SIM ejection tool. We'll talk about why that is there for in a bit. We got the IMs themselves. Oh my god, please don't fall off the table. Thank you. Got more tips. You just don't need these tips for now. These are just normal default tips from every IM, and of course more books and shit like that. So let's get the cable out of here. See here. And it's a good cable actually. It's tangled up right now because I repackaged this. I had this open for a while. I've been listening to it for a couple of weeks-ish. And I just came back to it today, did listening again. And yeah, this cable's nice actually. It comes out a little janky when you first get it, but once you use it for a bit, it'll become smooth and flowed. It's a little bit, the material's a little bit rubbery again, kind of like the Meteor cable, except I think this is actually a nicer cable. The good thing is you get to choose between 3.5, 2.5, and 4.4 millimeter. I chose 4.4, and yeah, it's a decent cable actually. Now the ear tips, I like these tips that they came with because these are interesting. They're kind of like spin fits. Let me get this out. They're kind of like spin fits, but with a wide bore. So on the IM you can see it's gonna rotate like a spin fit. So, and it came with these, so. And I'm really happy about that because actually I used the stock tips on these. I didn't need spin fits, and they sound great with both. I think they sound better with these. And yeah, so they come with these, and it's a good value for at the price of what is it, $50. So yeah, I think that's nice. Let's take the SIM ejection tool out. So why is there a SIM ejection tool in the box? Because it is a tuning switch IM. I actually hate these, but it has tuning switches. You can tune them with these switches. So I have this waste of ink that I printed here, and it will have the different orientations, and we'll talk about that in right now here. So overall though, the tuning switches, at least the balance and the enhanced frequency, which you can see both down and then this one up, these two sound so similar to me that I can't even really tell the difference unless I'm ABing exactly. Like the boost and bass is so slight that it's just almost unnoticeable, but it's fine because these have good bass. Honestly, we'll get into that too. I'm gonna talk about just overall the changes, then we'll talk about the overall sound. Actually, let's talk about the overall sound first because that's what these ones sound like pretty much to me. So it's pretty tight in the stage. Keep in mind this is $50, and it's kind of difficult for me to lower my expectations here down to the $50 price range from the other IMs I've recently been using a lot. So bear with me. I might sound negative, but I think these are a good value at $50. I think that one of the best you can get in the price range. Now, it is a very in your head experience. You're not gonna get a big soundstage, and you're gonna have, it's a balanced signature overall, but I think that the mid range is recessed. The mid range is gonna be recessed, at least on these two modes, where the mid range is gonna be a little bit, the vocal is gonna be a little bit behind. They're actually close to you, which is interesting. They're just like suppressed almost. It's very, very like quiet in comparison to the rest of the track, but it's not happening far away. It's close to you, and let's see. I'm trying to get it out. So the bass is kind of just all right. It's average. I mean, it's good, but it's not what I expected from something that boasts a double dynamic driver. It's got punch. It hits well. It lacks a little bit of texture. It has good decay, but it lacks like a bit of detail in the bass. And that's the theme with these. They don't have the greatest detail, but at $50, you're not gonna get the best detail in general. The overall signature is bright. It's a bright signature. You're not gonna get a lot of warmth here. You are gonna get nice extended treble, which is good. It's not the cleanest treble, but it's good. I mean, it's good for the price range. It's the separation is all right, also average. I think overall that stuff's average. I think that the advantage it has is well tuned. I think that's why I actually was enjoying my music on this. Again, I sound super negative when I'm reviewing this, but honestly, it's a good IEM because it's got good tuning. It's not technically proficient. It doesn't have good technicalities, but it's well tuned and in a low price bracket, and you get good cable, good tips, good build quality, and great comfort. This is good comfort. I have the Kiwi Ears Cadenza here, and it's pretty similar in size. They're a little bit bigger. Let me get the other one. That's my printer. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger. I think you can't really see it, but it's a tiny bit bigger than the Cadenza, which I will bring in for comparison in a moment. But I just put them here for now. But overall, great, good tuning, average technicalities, in your head soundstage, good punchy bass but not detailed. Okay, we got a good, decent treble, mid range that is recessed, unless now we're gonna move on to these two tunings, which sound similar to me as well. I don't think this bass switch, I'm assuming this is the bass switch, is doing much. So really, it's the fact on whether or not you switch on this switch, which is more for like the highs. When I turn this on, it is brighter and more energetic, but a little bit unwieldy, a little bit uncontrolled. It sounds a little bit messy on some tracks, and it can ever so slightly go into sibilance, ever so slightly. So it does become a little bit more fatiguing. I prefer on the balanced and enhanced low frequency. I mean, these are the same practically to me. I'm treating them like the same in this review. They really don't have a big difference to me. I don't know. I just can't tell the difference between these two very well. So we're just gonna say these are the same. It has good bass. I don't even think that with the enhanced bass, it sounds very particularly emphasized. You're not gonna get Rinko bass or something like that. But you have good bass for $50. Good bass. So that's the overall sound signature. We're gonna bring the Cadenza in now. I'm actually gonna turn on my flash. I think it makes it a little bit brighter. One of my light bulbs went out, so it's darker. So here we have the Cadenza, and here we have the Star River. Now I really do like the shape of both of these. They're very comfortable for my ears, and you can see a spin fits on the Cadenza and the tips on this one. So that also act like spin fits. And you see how wide the bore is on this? That's crazy to me. Sorry if that's a little bit dirty. I'm sorry about that. This is a really wide bore, which is really interesting for something that's in a spin fit style. So that's cool. Okay, let me talk about comparisons now. On the Cadenza side, you have a much warmer signature. It's a lot warmer. That's the main difference between these two. If you're thinking of which one to buy, Cadenza's $35, by the way, and I prefer the Cadenza because I prefer a warmer sound signature. But if you are choosing between these two, that's the main thing you got to be thinking about. You got to be thinking about whether or not do you want the warmer sound signature or the brighter sound signature. Technicalities wise, I think it maybe goes to the Star River by a tiny bit, but that's maybe just because it's bright, and usually bright IEMs tend to show technicalities better. But I think that brighter IEMs are harder to do well, and so I think that this is actually a very impressive feat, at least. And so the Cadenza, though, I think it's a more fun sound. I think you got like a much smoother experience. On this, you got a little bit lack of dynamics here and there in certain frequencies, and so it kind of makes stuff sound a little bit rough every once in a while. while the Cadenza, I feel like it makes everything sound very smooth. The whole experience is smooth, comfortable, fun. You're gonna have a brighter signature with this though. This is more energy. There's more energy. It's brighter. It's got more treble. This one's got like probably a slightly bit more bass than this one does, not by a lot. But I think you have more mid range on the Cadenza, a lot more mid range. Another thing I forgot to mention on this, when you move into this mode, is that the mid range moves a little bit more forward, a little bit more outward in the sound signature. It's still a little bit recessed, but it is more prevalent when you switch to the transparent vocal or pop genre. I think these both sound the same as each other almost, barely tell the difference. I was A-Bing these, so yeah. I think that if it was up to me, I would get the Cadenza, and it's cheaper too, but I like warm sound signature sounding IAMs. I'm sorry about the I use these a lot, okay? I use them a lot. But these are warmer, funner. I prefer warmer, funner sound. This is just a brighter IAM that I think sounds good, but I would just almost always take the Cadenza over them. So these are not bad. I'm not knocking on them at all, and I do recommend them if you like brighter sound signatures. And because for the price range, it's great. But for me, I would take the Cadenza. I enjoy the Cadenza more. I think they're funner, more, and I think they're more comfortable. They're a little bit. The shape is a little bit better for my ears. I think they're more comfortable. And yeah, that's about it. I hope this helped out. Sorry about the lighting and stuff like that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's up. See ya.